All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our Tensorflow course, and we're still going over our Understanding Visual Transformers modules. Let's have a look at what we went over today. Now, today I did tell you that we're going to start writing code for this particular module. We didn't do a whole lot of coding. We did finish up taking the notes that we were going to take to gear up to writing code. We did add one piece of code to start, but I'll let you know exactly what's going on when we get there. So first and foremost, we're going to pick up on some light reading. Yesterday, if you recall, the last thing we did was we implemented our 256 different patches after we broke down our initial image. And then we're going to pick up from where we left off today. It's going to be here. So let's do some reading. Now, before we look at an example, let's go over some of the args. These are going to be the parameters that go inside of our method. So we have the images, the sizes, the strides, the rates, the padding, and the name. As you can see, that matches up here with the images, the sizes, the strides, the rates, the padding. Only thing missing is the name. And again, the name is optional. That'll be just the thing that we name our operation. I'm not going to read over every one of these args here. You can see I left the screen up a little bit longer so you can read through it if you like. If you want to replay the video and go back and read over the arguments, you can. But with that being said, let's move on. So let's look at how this works. Let's look at an example output below. Now this output will help us to picture how this works. So let's go down some and look at this an example output. So this is our example output right here. And this is our example extracted patches. So this is going to give us the instructions how we work through this output. So you see the first thing we have here is size is 1 by 3 by 3 by 1. So I'm not sure exactly what the 1 is right now. What the 1 I think is just I'm not sure exactly, but you can see the 3 by 3 here. 1, 2, 3. So this is our 3 by 3. Now for counting 1, if 1 is not a positional, because if it was a positional, this would actually be the second position. But if it's a counting, I would say that it would be a 3 by 3 by 1. So we could say this is our 3 by 3. And then if we were counting 1, we would say 0, 1. And then we will get to our next 3 by 3. And then we will get to our next one, 0, 1. That's what I'm assuming. I may be wrong. I know I may be wrong, but that's all I can guess right now until I actually dive into it and see exactly what's going on. Like I said, so this is for the sizes. So we have a 1 by 3 by 3 by 1. Like I said, if we're counting the ones instead of using them as a positional, if it was a positional, this would be the second position. But if we were counting, we'd be counting 2. It'll be 0, 1. That'll be our 1. So you can see our 3 by 3 here, our 3 by 3 here, and then we have our 2 ones. Then we have our strides of 5. So again, we have the 1, 5, 5, 1. As you can see, our strides here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can fit both our strides in. You can see. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be our first 5. And then from here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be our next 5. Now the rates are the spacing between the patches. So the patches can actually get rates between them to specify how much of a gap you want between each patch when it's being rendered, or we can make it bigger, we can make it smaller. So we can make the spaces really small so it looks like a real one tight packed image, or we can make the spaces bigger so we can recognize each distinction in each patch. And let me see. This is actually the first piece of code that we're going to implement in our code writing for this module. As you can see here, that's exactly what we say. So the TF image method above will be the first piece of live code we'll be implementing in this module. So again, that's what we are. We finally finished. I'm sure we're going to take a lot more notes, but we finally finished taking the bulk of the notes, and we're actually starting to write actual code now for this module. So the first thing we're going to do here is actually use this tf.image.extract patches, and these are the parameters we're going to use for that method. And again, so now that we're actually writing live code, we're going to try to move along, not quickly as possible. We're going to try to move along as efficiently as possible, so you don't have to spend too much time in this module and linger too much longer in it. Like I said, we did a lot of note taking, so the coding should go by fairly, not quickly, but fairly efficiently, since we know exactly what's going on and we know what we're doing from the jump. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. But with that being said, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.